Okay, so here in the CLA, I'm basically touching the headliner with my hair. Okay, so we are in the back of the A35 and look how much more. Two girls or one strong man, which is quite a significant difference, we can say. Hello guys, Ivan here and welcome to new video. So today we will compare the new CLA35 AMG with my A35 AMG. Both of these are facelift models. We will talk about the exterior differences, also the interior, practicality, and also I will tell you impressions about the differences driving both of these cars. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you prefer the CLA35 or my A35 AMG. And special thanks to Mercedes-Benz Slovakia for having us here with the CLA35. This is my A35 and we are together at the AMG Performance Center, Bratislava, Lamac. Special thanks for having us here today with these two cars. So let's talk about the differences. Both of these are facelift versions. So in terms of the powertrains, they are basically identical. Here in the facelift, the biggest difference is mild hybrid, 14 horsepower, and also the 8G DCT from the 45S version is now in the 35 series. I really like that both of these cars have aero package and also the sunroofs. Both of these have sunroofs. In terms of driving, we will talk about this later, but let's check out first the exterior. So mine is in polar white and the CLA35 is in hyper blue metallic, which is really gorgeous. I wanted to film this yesterday, but it was dark, so I waited till today to film this beautiful paint in the sunshine, because it really pops. It's a completely different car in the sunshine. The white one is basically the same always, but of course if it's sunny it looks that much better. So let's talk about the differences in terms of the visuals. As you can see, of course, the headlights on the CLA35, they look like on the GT 4-door. Maybe if we can find the GT 4-door, it's actually there. So remember this. It's basically the same apart from these cuts, like a stripes. So the headlights are of course like the GT 4-door, and on the A-Class before they were here with one stripe more. Now they have one long stripe and two shorter ones. Like it's for example on the GLC here. See? It's similar idea. And some other models. Both of these cars have a night package. Mine does not have a night package 2 or extended night package. That's why the AMG grille is in chrome and this one is in dark chrome. So you can see much darker. You can see it quote unquote not as good, but this one is more visible. That's why I like sort of this one more. In terms of the aero package, you can see both of these have aero package. In terms of the front design, they are the same. So you can see the flap here, the canard, and the front lip actually goes towards the side and up. On the CLA it's the same, it goes also up. Also these aero bits are the same on the both of these cars, and also in the middle a black part with the night package. In terms of the design here, it's also the same in the inside of the bumper, same as on the CLA, and also the airflow here, it has airflow, air curtain, and also here. In terms of the front hood, after the facelift, the A35 also has the power domes. CLA got that also before, but now it has of course as well. So this is now the same after the facelift. In terms of the lights, the light difference is different in terms of the design. You can see here this silver chrome line. Here we don't have this, we have the one smaller one, but the technology is the same, the projector is the same. Also this car has a full assistance system package, so here is a radar, mine as well, and you can see two cameras there as well, which is the same as on mine of course. Sunroof black as well. We will check out from the sides as well. AMG logo is in chrome here, despite the 92 package. Same as here on the G-Class, you can find also AMG logo in black, dark chrome. So in terms of the front track width, the CLA35 is the same as CLA45S, but with the A35, the A45S has a wider front track. You can also see that on the front wheel arches. On the A45S they look much more bulged out, so they look much more racy. In the CLA is the same for both of these versions, and that's also the driving capability. So the CLA35 has better grip in the corners thanks to the wider track than the A35. Talking about the wheels, let's talk about the wheels because this is important. So I have 18-inch wheels, more comfort than the 19-inch, but 19-inch are optional. Despite that, the width of these tires is 235 40. So 235 40 ZR19 XL red brake calipers, and on the CLA35 we have wider, same as on 845S. So here we have Sport Contact 6 Continental, but 245 35 ZR19 XL, so 1 centimeter. Yeah, these are wider, 1 centimeter, same as A45S, which gives you much more grip in the corners. Same calipers in red color, beautiful. Also, the night package 2 extended night package gives you turbo 4MATIC badge in dark chrome. In mine is actually in chrome, but the 4MATIC is in black. So those are the differences. In terms of the window trim is the same. Overall, if you look at the cars, the CLA35 looks wider than the A35, and it also is wider, but not that much. It also looks like it's lower to the ground, just a little bit. As you can see, also the A-Class is on the incline here. So yeah, this piece of the ground is not super straight, but yeah, it looks wider than the A-Class for sure. And I would even say it looks a little bit more sporty, a little bit more like a four-door basically. So yeah, definitely this in terms of the design is the big benefit of the CLA. But now, thanks to the new AMG grille and the power domes on the bonnet, the A-Class looks on par with the other AMG models like the 45S, and the CLA benefited from this as well, from the grille. In terms of the bumpers, you can see it's exactly the same in terms of the shape of the bumper. Front bumper, basically this shape is exactly the same, and also the design of the front A-wing, we can say this is the A-wing, so typical for the AMGs. So yeah, let's look at from this side so you can see the differences. In terms of the driving comfort, I would say the CLA35 is more comfortable on 19-inch than the A35 on 18-inch. Definitely the CLA is set up as a more comfortable car significantly. Not like a S-Class of course, but I can feel the differences for sure that the CLA is more comfortable. So if you want more comfort, definitely go for the CLA. But I think still the A-Class has acceptable comfort in terms of the performance cars, of course. You can also see how the shoulder looks more like rounded on the CLA, a little bit than on the A-Class. Not by much, but I would say a little bit on the angle. So yeah, that's in terms of the front design. You can see also from this side how the CLA is sloping down, sort of coupe design. Of course this is coupe, which is a four-door coupe because it has 4 doors, not your traditional coupe. Wheelbase is actually the same in the CLA and the A-Class, so wheelbase is the same, but the rear and front is wider on the CLA. So the front is actually parked at the same level. In the front I parked in the same level, you can see. Not to the millimeter, but more or less the same. And now looking at the back, you can see that the CLA is longer. So let's go and check out also from this side. So you can see that the CLA is significantly longer. I would say it's about, give or take, 30-35 centimeters in terms of the visual appearance. You can go and check it out also from this side. Check it out. So this is the distance. It's significantly longer. In terms of the body panel, you can also see that the roof is longer on the A-Class behind the panoramic sunroof, and on the CLA you have smaller panel there, and the roof is the same in terms of the size, the sunroof. And you can see how the rear now looks completely different. We can say, if you are not car expert, you might know, you may like say these are two different cars in terms of the design, which is true. In terms of technicalities, they are compact class, so both are the same compact class, but this one is set up as more longer, rounded, more luxurious, we can say, and the A-Class more sporty, definitely more like not a race car, but definitely A-Class is closer to like a sporty, playful hot hatch. This one is more like a serious grown-up car, the CLA for sure. And also we have aero package. On this one you can also get the Aero Plus, which would give you wing with on the back. I filmed the CLA35 pre-facelift with that wing. So yeah, I personally on the CLA I would say I prefer this one, this lip. So the standard aero package. The Aero Plus could be too much if you really want it, or go for it, but I would say for most of the people this should be enough in terms of the appearance. You can also see the rear lip, quite large actually, so not small, but definitely the wing is bigger on the A-Class. It's actually huge. But of course, if you compare the width of this and width of the lip, then this one is like almost twice as big, I would say. Also in the facelift, the rear LEDs are on during day, which is nice. Better safety also in the A-Class and also in the CLA. The rear design is the same if we talk about the exhaust tips and the idea of the design, but it's not the same overall. Check it out here. The diffuser blade is going down. It has 4 fins on the CLA35, and on the A35 has also 4, but they are closer together. Can you see? They are closer together than on the CLA35, which are like equal distance, we can say, or equal distance. These are closer together, and in the middle you have longer space. So this is interesting. In terms of the exhaust, they are both dark chrome with the night package, so this is nice. In terms of the badges, with the extended night package, with the night package 2, extended night package in the US, the badges are in dark chrome, which I like. Mine are in chrome together with the Mercedes star, but I prefer the front to have a chrome grille, because it looks because you can see it easier. On the first GTR we also had it in chrome, so that's why I like it. But I also really like, it's not black, it's dark chrome, which looks expensive, so really love it as well. Also, if you look at the tail lamps, they are like a dark, apart from this LED, the glass here is like almost not black but very dark, and also here, so you can see the differences here. The rear reverse lights are actually larger here than on the A-Class, and they are darker here. Maybe it's because of the night package, I'm not exactly sure, but these are more visible for sure on the A-Class. And of course, rear wiper. We don't have it on the CLA, on the sedans. On the hatchback you have a rear wiper. So from the rear, the CLA looks definitely more elegant. The A-Class look more like a race car, more racy. Both look really wide from the back, so that is really nice. Honestly, I cannot tell you which I like more. I like them both equally, but tiny bit I like more, this tiny bit I like more the A-Class. That's why I got it. And yeah, for me it's also sentimental, because I started with the A-Class, A180D, then A220, now A35, so for me it's like sentimental model, the A-Class, but I really like the CLA as well. And I would say for most of the people, CLA would be better choice. Alright guys, so for most of the people, I would say the CLA is a better choice than the A35. Why? I would say mainly because of the boot. Really, many people appreciate to have as big boot as possible. So that's why I think the CLA is better choice for many people. If you're okay with the smaller boot, then fine. The A-Class will be good for you, but CLA definitely has a bigger boot. Alright guys, so let's talk about the boot. So with the CLA you can kick under and it will open. This is not possible with the A-Class. So in terms of the size, we have 460 liters, and in the A-Class we have 360, so 100 liters less. But look at how huge is the opening with the A-Class. It's much more easy to grab something here in the corner than to grab something what is all the way there. It's too far away basically, but it is of course possible. It's not impossible, but it's a little bit less comfortable. I need to lean like fully into the car, while here I can stand normally, just lean just slightly and I can grab anything. We can fold the seats the same way, which is a 40-20-40 split. Of course this is the same for the CLA. I have here my backpack and stuff like that, tripod, because I'm filming these days CLA, so I have here backpack, tripod, all kinds of stuff. But you cannot deny this has 100 liters more, so you can see the difference in the boot. This one is much easier to grab things, but 100 liters less. In US this would be 3.5 cubic feet less in the A-Class than in the CLA. If you want even more, then we have CLA shooting brake on offer. This CLA has 5 liters larger boot than the new C-Class. Imagine this. It's huge for the compact class. This is a huge benefit of the CLA. We cannot be quiet about this. So this alone could be reason for you to go for the CLA. So I cannot say this is like something crazy to grab here things, of course not, but I wanted to mention this. So it's wide enough to maneuver with things, of course, and this is easy to kick and it will open. You can see here like instructions, but you don't have a button, which would be very nice if here would be button and it would be possible to close. Here you need to like a swing. It's not big of a deal, of course, for me. It's not like something what would deteriorate me from buying, but it would be nice to have a button here. So that's something to keep in mind. Here with the A-Class you can kick, but nothing will happen because you need to open this manually and close manually as well. So you can press here and open it. No big deal, of course, but I just wanted to mention this. So here on the top you can put like some jacket, this kind of stuff. Here is actually glass, so you need to go. Actually, you need to open the rear doors and you can put it here. It's less comfortable, okay? It may fall basically on the rear passengers, but I would say it's slightly possible, but not as good as, not same usability basically as with the A-Class, and looks like we have some speakers there as well. So yeah, that's the big difference. So yeah, that's in terms of the boots. Of course I would like to have a bigger boot in the A-Class, but it's physically not possible. This car is longer and that's basically it. That's why it has a bigger boot space basically. Underneath the boot floor, in both of these you should find the same stuff. So you can see subwoofer there, tire kit, and yeah, also there is a mild hybrid battery, and here it's the same. In the A-Class it's basically the same. Here is the mild hybrid battery, subwoofer and tire kit. So yeah, we can say and this alone could be the main difference for you to go or not go for either of these cars. So you don't need to swing too much. It's not like something difficult. But if you like swing not enough, it will stay open. Like, oh no. So even the slight swing should be enough to close this. Okay, so you don't even need to slam. I feel like in the pre-facelift it was not as easy to close, but here in the facelift they probably did something, because it's easier definitely. And then of course you can also press here on the Mercedes boot badge, and also here is a rear camera hidden. Also, when you are driving, the pre-save system wants to see what is behind the car to actually have the prepared conditions for the crash. And because of this, in the A-Class, it opens the rear camera here, and it makes like a louder noise at lower speeds. It's not super. Some people actually, for some people this is bothering. That's why I'm showing to you. For me, it's not a big deal. And here with the CLA, nothing opens too much, so I don't hear basically anything. Let's see, here is actually the open for the camera. So that's why, in terms of this, the CLA is winner. So yeah, those could be those reasons, mainly the boot I would say, and what you like more could be the reason to pick between these two models. If you want to have a car which looks more expensive, then get the CLA. It looks like a bigger car, like a sedan. If you want to have a car which is basically looking more expensive, the CLA is a better choice than the A-Class, of course. This one is much more stylish for sure. This one is much more racy in terms of the design. We can check out visually if we can see the difference between the tires, and you can see it, but a little bit, not that much, the width of the tires, 235 on the A-Class and on the CLA 245. So yeah, the shoulder really stylish on the CLA than on the A-Class. Also, you can mount like a roof box on both of these cars. You can see here the place for this. So if it's not enough for you, you can mount. And also, of course, on the A-Class. So those are the differences. Some people actually wrap with the black wrap this body panel, so the roof can have consistent color, but they like to show that the car has a sunroof. That's why I leave it like this. So for me this is nicer looking. So yeah, of course, which I prefer, the car which I bought, the A-Class, but as I said, this much. I also really love the CLA. If this would not be available, I would for sure go for the CLA. Like in the US, you shouldn't be like too sad that you don't have this. You could be like a little bit sad, but this is also fantastic choice, the CLA35. In terms of the rear aero package, also I see one difference here. You can see this rear like a vent. These are like cosmetics, not functional, but they are smaller. Check it out in terms of the size than here on the A-Class. And also these have like a fins on the inside. Looks a little bit more sporty than here, a little bit more elegant on the CLA. So overall, the CLA is much more elegant. Sporty but elegant. Sporty, not really elegant at all. And this one, the rear diffuser blade wraps around here on the side. Check it out, really nicely. This one is just straight, no wrapping, because yeah, here the shape allows it, here not really. You can see it's like cut. So this one looks better with the straight diffuser blade. So in terms of the length, the CLA35 is 24.5 centimeters longer than the A35. In the inches, you can see it on the screen. In terms of the weight, the CLA35 is heavier, of course. It's 110 kilos more heavy than the A35. In pounds, that's 242 pounds. So I would say there's like 2 girls or 1 strong man, which is quite a significant difference, we can say. So with the same power, A feels more lively, more light in the corners, more, we can say, agile. CLA feels more stable, basically like a grown-up car with more added weight. So yeah, those are the differences. So let's check out here the engine bay. Alright guys, so let's open the hood here. And also on the CLA. We can cool down the engines a little bit. So we have basically the same in terms of the engine. So here we have the M260 in the facelift paired with the mild hybrid. This is the change with the facelift. The power is 306 horsepower and 14 horsepower from the mild hybrid. And the 14 horsepower from the mild hybrid are available always. So we can say together 320 horsepower. I would say this feels, in the A-Class especially, it feels like it's even more power. We will check out what kind of numbers we can get from the CLA. So the official acceleration from 0 to 100 km/h is actually 4.9 seconds, but from my friends in Germany, which have actually CLA35 shooting brake even more heavy than this one, they got around 4.5 seconds. I will show it on the screen, but I've seen this one getting around 4.4, 4.3, and official on the A-Class is 4.7, so 2/10 lower than the CLA. Top speed is limited, and the top speed is 250 km/h, limited of course. These cars of course could go faster, and that's 155 mph. Also the AFFALTERBACH badge is the same here, and also on the A-Class. So let's check out one more thing. The fuel tank, both of these cars, is on the left side, and here in the A-Class I have a special AMG fuel cover, really nice. You can see here the tire pressures on the recommended fuel, E25 already here, and didn't even see this on the fuel pump. E5 or E10, 95 acceptable, 98 or more is the best for this car. And on the CLA we have classic fuel cover. You can change this very easily by yourself. Just unscrew and you can release this, and then you can change to the AMG one. Also here you can see E25 ready, 95, 98, the best 95 possible. You can see tire pressures as well here. Also for the facelift we have for the first time the AMG Speed Shift 8G DCT, so 8 gears from the 45S AMG series in the A-Class and also the CLA. And what I really noticed here is actually the additional strut here. Check it out with the AMG logo. I didn't know that the CLA has it. You can see it here. It probably needs it because of the wider front track, same as on the A45S. Here we cannot find anything in the A-Class, any additional piece. So yeah, that's the difference. Also sound deadening you can see on the top on the CLA, and also some heat shields. Here we have just these sort of cuts on the inside of the hood. They help with the airflow and heat management as well. So very nice is that we don't need to fiddle with anything. We just open and the strut holds the front hood. So that is really cool. Engine placement is basically the same both of these cars on the front axle, and the engine placement is also the same, transverse on the C43 and C63S. Those are longitudinal. So for this one is a transverse system. Both have a 4MATIC system, not 4MATIC Plus, just a 4MATIC, but that one is really powerful as well. So talking about the design, essentially the same spec as I have in terms of the interior. We have AMG Performance steering wheel, this AMG trim, red seat belts, and sunroof. So this is essentially the same as we have. Sunroof can be on ventilation, and also can open, glass is tinted. These are the sport seats. You can get performance seats, but those are less comfortable, so I would recommend to get these if you're planning to do longer road trips. I have manual seats. Here we have the electric with memory, so those are possible as well. Otherwise the same microfiber and man-made leather. The touchpad is missing, and the 360 camera dynamic I have the same, so that's the same Burmester here and also there. So that's basically the same. Let's check it out here from the top. So this is how the sunroof looks open. Essentially the same as on A35. And the displays can change. So after the facelift we have the latest design. Track Pace Sport, Super Sport, Classic, Understated, Navigation, Assistance, Service. So this is basically the same in terms of the displays, and also these buttons are the same. Sport Plus, Sport, Comfort, Individual, and Slippery. And you can also check here and change here on the screen. So you can do a bunch of stuff. Essentially the same between these two cars. Also this roller cover, wireless charger, USB-C port, 12-volt socket, and here you have in the middle storage space. I have here just AMG hook. Check it out. I got this with the car. You can essentially escape from the car. This is sharp end to break the glass, and with this one you cut the seat belt if you are stuck in the car. And also it doubles down as a flashlight and like a warning light. Pretty cool actually. Accessory might save you a life. And also here we have some storage space, glove compartment. So yeah, pretty cool. So the biggest difference CLA and N-Class is actually in the back. So let's go and check it out. Also, let's not forget these are the frameless doors. On the A-Class we have frame doors, so essentially you don't have a frame on the top. It looks more stylish. Here in the back, let's hop inside. So the knee room is the same because we have the same wheelbase. But what is not the same is the headroom. So definitely in the A-Class we have a much more headroom than here in the CLA. Alright guys, so here in the CLA I'm basically touching the headliner with my hair. Not head, but with my hair. I would say I can touch even if I'm sitting straight, but often I would say like this. So I would say 1 centimeter, half inch of a headroom essentially. Yeah, that's maximum I would say in terms of what you can get in terms of the rear passengers. I'm 185 centimeters, 6 feet 1 inch. So that's my height, and taller people than me would have issues. Here I can like lean forward, so I can like lean forward, and then I have, I would say, 1.5 inches of a headroom, but that's a maximum what you can get in the CLA. On other hand, the A-Class has much more headroom. Okay, so we are in the back of the A35, and look how much more of a headroom do I have here. It's actually crazy. So this is, I would say, 8 centimeters. This is like 3 inches, I would say, give or take. So 185 is my height, 6 feet 1 inch. Big difference here in the back. Definitely I can feel this is much more roomy than the CLA. So to transport taller passengers like myself and even taller could fit easier, much easier in the A-Class than in the CLA. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you prefer the CLA35 or my A35 AMG. I'm really curious to check out your opinions on this new facelift, and I will see you soon in the next video. Have a wonderful day.